Hello everyone. If you've ever seen my videos before, you know I don't do very many. I hope to get back into it, but let's just say I've never done them very well. I've always been very disappointed in what I do, but lately because of another channel I do that's a little bit more necessary and something I do more out of need than actually out of just enjoying it, I've gotten better at it. I feel like I've improved, and so now I feel like I'm going to give it another shot. So, my channel, usually what I do is I'm a Metroid fan. Metroid is the series that got me. I love those games. There are some in particular that I adore because they touch me. They mean something to me. They truly had an impact at important times in my life. And that's what my channel usually would be about. However, today is different. Today I'm going to do a reaction and look at the final trailer for Tears of the Kingdom. Now, to explain why I'm doing this, and I haven't done the other ones, and I usually don't do Zelda, I have to go into a bit of potential spoilers. So, just understand what I'm going to be talking about. This is stuff that some of you who have been avoiding things like those images from the art book, might not want to hear what I'm going to say. Heads up. What you gotta understand is I enjoy Zelda. Most of them. Not all, but most. However, I've never been a huge fan. It's never been something I love, except one Zelda game. Some of you may guess what that is now. Twilight Princess. That's one that I connected with. That's one that, for reasons I don't want to go into, meant a bit to me. So when I saw that image that seemed to make a connection, that was it. This was no longer a matter of, I'd kind of like to try Tears of the Kingdom. This was, I have to play this game. So first, I'm going to give you the first reaction I had. After that, I'll go into actually analyzing it and looking at it. Wow. Still want to know what's going on with the volcano over there. It's acting weird. That's different. Oh, okay. So they're showing more changes to it. Wait, it's in the desert? What was that?
Zelda, we rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Oh, what? Put a rocket on this.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Okay, that was disturbing.
Do not
That
look
doesn't mean
away.
you're doing what I think.
You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Of course.
Okay, let's go!
But you are not alone.
Link,
Okay, so they're back.
you are our final hope.
Well, we got Ghidorah. Oh. Okay, there's something in there I do need to check.
Link! You must find me.
Interesting. So you can see, some of that really got me, but there are things I didn't catch and I needed to look at more closely, which is what I'm going to do now. So, first of all, this is like right at the beginning of it. There's one thing here that gets me very curious, and I don't know. My mind wants to go crazy directions with it, but you can see there's something weird about Mount Doom here. Something's not right. I don't know. I want to make some guesses. I want to make some theories. Some of you might know what I'm thinking. But I'm going to let it be. Let's just say that's one of the things that piques my interest. Now, this makes me curious because I want to know this tower doesn't quite look like the towers we saw in Twilight Princess. So are they much different? Are these new ones that you have to sort of raise up, activate the way you did the others? Or is this something else entirely? I don't know, but it just looks like there's more of a twisting shape to it that just isn't quite the same, so I don't know. But that's the first thing that caught me. But looking at everything around it, you can see it's got the same general layout, but there's a lot of differences too. A lot of this has changed. And I will say, earlier trailers, it looked to me like it was going to be very similar with a few minor changes. This looks a little more distinct in this trailer. They make more significant changes. Here you see it's the same general layout of the town, but there's a lot more added to it. A lot of change there. You can see another one better image of that tower in the back, and I don't know, it's interesting because here you see lights. On the other one, it couldn't. I don't know if that was the distance or it's difference between one activated and one that isn't, but I don't know. We'll see. This also is cool. I like this. This is kind of interesting that one of the areas that you kind of almost avoided in the earlier game is now what looks like almost a small town. But those robots that were guarding a lot of the castle that Ganondorf took control of, you don't see them here. They're gone. So looks like they're not going to be in the game at all. So it makes me wonder, are they going to do anything to replace that? Or are they just leaving them out completely, just moving on? Kind of makes me curious. Would be neat though if we saw like remains of some of them every now and then. Okay, this is one of the things that gets me really excited right here. Another castle coming out of the ground. Temple? Dungeon? Please tell me that's the case. Please tell me we're going back to the usual pattern. Not that I didn't like what they did in the new game. The problem with that was simply that each boss was so similar. And each, well, in that case, Divine Beast instead of Temple was so close to the same. I hope they go back to making each one so unique and on its own theme. Everybody knows what this probably is, although they don't show you enough. That face. It's hard to see clearly. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but that looks different. That doesn't look like something we've seen before. And it puts a lot of thoughts in my head. I don't want to go down that road at the moment. This looks really neat. I cannot wait to see what's inside these mountains now. Okay. As soon as I see this, my first thought is this gonna start nodding Wind Waker? Or is this something else? I don't know. That's my first thought. There's just not quite enough there to really decide, but we'll see. And by the way, in a way, that's one thing I've noticed is you think about the way these, like they say, Sky Islands are, it makes me think a lot as though you've got, um, how do I put it? You've got Breath of the Wild below, and above, you've almost got a new version of Wind Waker. That's my thought, but okay, I know I'm really leaping for this. But when I see this immediately, I cannot help thinking of Twilight Princess. You remember those little creatures inside the bubbles that you had to pull them out of? That's what I keep thinking of when I see this. Okay, this, I think they show a little bit more of later. I'll bring it up in a bit, but it's almost like this is going to be one of those sky temples or something, which that is so ironic to me because I always felt like that's what they were missing. Seriously, I that was always in my head. Like, okay, they got a water temple, they got a fire temple, they got this, that, that. They need more of a sky temple. That's what I really liked about Twilight Princess. Is they finally brought that. This looks like they're going to do that again. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this yet. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Probably because what I enjoy own my own personal love is makes me think, is this going to be that sort of secondary nemesis that we saw in Twilight Princess? Is that what this is going to be? I doubt it, but can't help thinking that way. Here we are. This, it's like she's in front of some kind of altar here. So what is this for? And you see a little something opening up there in the background. Then she's talking to whoever this is. Who is this? Here's the thing. I have been trying to keep my mouth shut on this. I have not said anything to anybody about this. I have not brought it up because I think I'm leaping. I'm really like reaching far. The one thing I can't get out of my mind, if you remember that earlier trailer, there was that little shot that looked like Link coming out of like a drop of water or something. Tears of the Kingdom. I I highly doubt it. I don't think this is the case. But I really hope this could be what they're doing. Here's the thing. If you remember at the end of Twilight Princess, you had that scene where Midna had to go back in, and in the process, she destroyed that mirror so that that was it. You no longer have it going between Twilight and Hyrule. What if that's what this is? Because she had to do it with that tear. Is that what this is? Not Tears of Hyrule, but Tears of Twilight. I know, like I said, I'm leaping. I'm really reaching out there far. But oh, if that's the case. Oh, I hope so. Here it is. See, I'm thinking this is probably that same thing we saw because you got this hole here. So this is probably some kind of sky temple. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe something smaller, almost like a mini kind of temple. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. If so, that's pretty cool. I'm anxious to see how they use that idea. But the other thing this shows you is it's that all these islands, all this stuff isn't just pieces of land coming up. There's more to it. There's other things. Where they're coming from? Another world. Twilight. This got me because as soon as I saw this, I couldn't help but think Death Stranding, as you saw. It just, at first, that's my first thought. Then I stop and I think, is this coming out of the Twilight? Oh boy. I am so anxious to see where this goes. Do I need to say anything? It's like this is Zelda's copy almost. See, look at what she's got here. And then let's go back. Here's what Zelda's got. Here's a theory. Another theory, maybe not quite as crazy, but here's a possibility. What if these two are sort of like the mirror images of one another in these two realms, these two worlds? Twilight and this world. And Zelda gets stuck in the other, while the one that is her copy gets stuck here. And they kind of have to come back together to go back to where they belong. Kind of grasping, but that's my guess at the moment. I can't remember her name, but it's interesting to see the little young princess is now a little bit older. You can tell there's a difference. There's a change in her. When I see this, I can't help but think, okay, want to be Dragon Age. I know it's probably not, but I can't help think that way. Of course, it looks like they're bringing back all the characters, but they're also bringing new ones, which is good. And they are going to be working together in this, which is also nice to see. Okay, now this. I know a lot of people aren't going to see what I see, but for me, I said I was a Metroid fan. Well, in the movies, it's Godzilla. So this Ghidorah is all I can think. I cannot wait to see what this is going to be. Either my guess, either this is sort of a evil counterpoint to the dragons that were in Breath of the Wild and we've seen glimpses of in the previews for this. I'm wondering if this is sort of that kind of mirror image idea again. Or is this a boss of a temple? Or lastly, and I'm only saying this because of what's on their head, is this what Ganon turns into at the end for the boss fight? Part of me likes the idea, another part of me doesn't like the idea that they showed that this soon. But we'll see. So, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And if this does turn out to be as closely connected with Twilight Princess as I'm hoping and I'm thinking it might be, I may actually keep doing videos on this one when it's out. We'll see. We'll see, one, how good it is. Two, if it is that well connected. Otherwise, maybe not. But I'm thinking I might after seeing this preview. Because like I said, normally I do what I do on Metroid. Because that's the one that means a lot. However, if this connects with the one Zelda game that means so much, I'm not going to be able to resist. So we'll see. Hopefully I can keep doing this. I know this is the last thing they said they'll show, but it's the last trailer. I wouldn't be surprised if something sneaks out here or there. So we'll see. I just can't wait.